Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the adventures of Derman in Final Fantasy XIV. We got all of that Crystal Tower business sorted out, so what say we go and see if the Scions need anything? I am sure they would not mind a hand. I've been gone for like a week. I'm amazed everything's not on fire. And it doesn't look like anyone's dead so far. Still alive. Good. How's it going? Still Waters. Minfilia has a new assignment for you. Lovely. Truly, there's no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear that their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seem in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there's even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. I'm on it. Well, back to Horizon then. Can't remember the last time I went there when I wasn't just trying to get to the Waking Sands and warping to the closest possible place. This will be a refreshing change of pace, I think. Not sure why I jumped cut, I was just warping right here. Hello. Ah, Derman. Your assistance is most welcome. I've already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I would go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversations with Fufulupa. He's the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. I'll look into it. Boy, Fufulupa. Haven't talked to that guy in, geez, a while. Remember Fufulupa? This little guy? He's in charge now. Real go-getter. Takes his job very seriously, as you can see. He has not changed. Derman, what a pleasure to see you again. Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystal stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward Eastern Thanalin where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalin. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news, after all. Thancred, where have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do a small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Derman. See, I love this going back to old places that we were at, like around level 10 or whatever, and running into old faces whose lives have continued in our absence. It's great. Against all expectation, it would seem the Eorzea are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they've yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted. What was that? Oh, it's a carbuncle. Okay. They have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempts to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we're dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we're missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of your progress, or our progress, or lack thereof. That sentence almost worked.
Now then.
Oh, thank goodness. Someone else to say words. It's been ages.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
This is a guy who receives a thesaurus for, like, every single birthday. No, asks for a thesaurus for every single birthday. And is happy to receive it. Hello.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Well, that's a new face. Kind of. This is fine, thank you. Anyway, Thancred. I was thinking, Thancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. I'd love that. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Back to your smarm, I see. All recovered? Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there's someone among our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed. If, for reasons of security, the Concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the Brass Blades were informed. But such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the Concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort so as not to attract undue attention. But who... Ah, I see. Yes, the Concern may well elect to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley? A fine spot for a rest. Would you not agree, Derman? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. It's a plan, then. Ahem. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Will do. All right. Let's go get ourselves set up. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yes. Let me just stand watch for a few seconds here. Oop. An unknown Ravager catches my eye. Oh, there you are. Hello. Hey, This is uncalled for. Also, I'm really well armored, you guys. This is really a waste of your own energy at this point. Have you considered we could... Okay, all right. All right, fine. I was prepared to converse, but fine. This was your idea. Oh, good grief. Come on. All right. Would you guys like to chat? You don't have to be just like shooting and punching all... Ridiculous. Okay, fine. 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 I tried. Would anyone like to have a conversation? Y'shtola, you look like you'd like to have a conversation. Oh, you're dressed up. You're a miner. So convincing. You look the part. Love the hat. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed? The armor's really good, yes. Also, I've got like 50 levels on them. But the armor, I think, is the main thing. A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan, no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you'd be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Yes, and all the conversations we didn't have. Not for lack of trying, I assure you. All right, Fufalupa. Job's done. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we've not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Wow, y'all acted fast. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that Somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Laminson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him, you have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Stoic nods are what I do. It's like 80% of my communication. I can say a lot with a nod. Or at least I can encourage other people to keep talking. Thancred has information on your next assignment. Good. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Brass Blade, and when I do, you may rest assured we will have our answers. Excellent. Good to see you contributing around here. And not being possessed, that's also refreshing. Anyway, to Vesper Bay! Ah, well, hello there. How's it going? You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I've been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it's ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale and, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We'd be fools not to pursue this opportunity, don't you think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Derman. Unless I'm mistaken, and I'm rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with a Sultan sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. That's how you say that word, yeah? Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Sounds good to me. Been a while since I was back home. Ah, good to be back. Let's see here, what do we got? It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, darken these doors no longer. I'll not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphino Levilleux at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the Quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there's aught we can do to help. Yeah, sure. I've been meaning to catch up with Momodi. I haven't seen her in ages. Sorry, you guys are gonna have to wait. Momodi! Hello! How are you? Well, if it ain't the legendary warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea, and in my bar, why, just looking at you makes me weak at the knees. No, don't make that face, Dermot. I'm just having a bit of fun with you. It's good to see you too. All right, sorry, didn't mean to ignore you. There were just more important people to talk to. How's it going? Master Alphino's associate, yes? We've been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin? All right.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I also suspect that they hadn't, like, finalized the assets for this new playable character race yet. That's just a hunch, because they won't show up in-game for a while. But, I don't know. It's a clever way to get around it, though.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame, General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Well, it is nice to meet you. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we've been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you've already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. We'll do the best we can. Let me go talk to Momodi again and see if Momodi can help. Hells, why didn't you just say so sooner, Derman? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see, but just sent word that they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha! Go and call Fridery and... hang on. Go and call Fridery and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the Little Prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. I will. Finally, someone who is willing to move and or shake in this town. The world is expanding. We're learning of new peoples and new places. I love it. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? No, I have a letter which says you have to do what I say. Instructions penned by the Quicksand proprietress to deliver foodstuffs to the Waking Sands. The letter says you have to do things. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. Just send the food. You now. I have a letter that gives you orders. She's in the business of feeding refugees now? I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Listen, this piece of paper literally is your boss. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man that can't earn to crust deserves to go hungry. No one did ask you. Thank you. Bye. Letters and orders delivered. Excuse me. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri it's all in hand. Yes, okay, I will do that. I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you'll be pleased with his reply. We've been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You've done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught's been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it's with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us in the Royal Promenade. All right then, it's a plan. Let's go intimidate some monetarists into a singular act of human decency. Hello, hello, hello. Who's ready to be convinced? I sense it is you. I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Doman, Uldan, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equate to birthright in mine eyes. That's great news to hear. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage, in particular, serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. This is a great start. Things are already looking good. Thoughts? Did you make a dear friend in the... Oh, that's yours. Okay. We must take pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit Ulda. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. Boy, sorry if there's a lot of cuts in, like, weird cuts and crossfades in this episode. I'm just, like, fumbling the words on every single line of dialogue. It's kind of incredible, honestly. Hello. Bards sing of wars which decided the fates of nations, but a single word spoken within a council chamber is more like to decide that of mine own. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, but just, it'll be fine. A pleasure, Sergeant Irami. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse.
It's not just the dialogue, the voice acting and directing, I assume, has like gotten a good bit better. Like none of the voice actors have been changed yet. They're just all delivering better work in general. I imagine they've actually had a bit more time and better direction to actually do work. It's nice to see. And it's going to get even better.
I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Well, that could have gone better. Yes, thank you. Hey, lilac, that'll be fun. All right, ideas? Reborn would like to discuss how to handle the Doman refugees. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I'll waste no more words on him. Not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone follow me to the Hall of Flames. Okay. To the Hall of Flames, then! Reborn, where you at, buddy? Hall of Flames is where I... Oh. Did I just walk right past you? What happened? Goodness. Or you hadn't spawned. One of the two. Alphino. Mayhap I should have considered the likelihood of failure more deeply beforehand. I will not deny that certain portions of the refugee population have been a burden on the Sultanate, but I take issue with my counterpart's contention that they account for the majority. In this, they are plainly mistaken. Even so, we must not think ill of them for wishing to protect our great nation. I don't know, I feel like we can think ill of them a little bit. The Galleon's no place for my people, for any people, to call home. This cannot continue. Well, we'll fix it, don't worry, just give us a minute. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsolomensa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative. A place not bound by the concerns of the great nation. Alphino? Minfilia? That is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap? Even just a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'Dan Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Derman. Okay. Good idea, bud. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Okay, glad something's getting sorted out here. Let's go meet Alphino. And how are things coming together? We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they're ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation's been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Momodi, you're a good one. I knew I liked you. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When the government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it's the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'Dah, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Yeah, all right. Good seeing things come together. Good job, everyone. We found, like, the 3-4 decent people in this town, and got them all in one room. It's amazing. Alphino has a mind to send you to Vesper Bay. Doesn't everyone? As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, and wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Ul'Dah. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly. It would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Derman, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive. As Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. All right, Hozan, got it. You must be Hozan. I can tell because of your nameplate. Hello, I'm Derman. Greetings. Alphino informed me that a scion will be arriving to help with the preparations. I'm honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Oh, trust me, I am tasked with trivialities like every day. Aye, I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are at most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son, Yozan. He can tell you more. I will. Boy, they do hide well, huh? Yozan! Yozan? Here you are. Boy, thank goodness for quest markers. Hello. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I hear we're traveling by horsebird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others. Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. All right. Time to win hide-and-seek. By cheating. Ha! Cheating is already working. I see why people do it. Hey, you're not Yozan. Who are you? I'm Koharu. Durban Durami, huh? I didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute, you're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No, scions. Then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide-and-seek, too. Oh, right, it's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Durban Durami. Nice meeting you, too. These kids are great. All right, let's cheat some more. My bird is very good at hide-and-seek. How'd you find me? Guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this? I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Grim. Okay. Next, let's see. Kid. Last kid. Best hiding kid. Oh, hey, look at you. Nice. Y'all are good at this. Are you playing? No fair. Yozan didn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride a horse-bird-drawn carriage? I don't know. Sounds scary. But if Yozan says it's safe, I'll go. All right. We win at hide-and-seek. Thanks, Koi friend. I have won the hide-and-seek game. What do you need now? Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide-and-seek? I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Yeah, you guys have had it rough, huh? What else you need? At long last, Hozan and his group are ready to leave Vesper Bay. The first caravan's due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father, Home, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on your journey, or on our journey. Well, it'll be our journey, won't it? Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Will do. Let's get this caravan going. Come on, Koi friend. And... here we are. Excellent. All set? These reports of a great beast on the road to Ul'dah are most troubling. Eager to be off, are you? Well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but you don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here is another story, so I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around, make sure the area is safe, like, and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the road there's safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Yeah, it's not a guarantee in this town. Keep an eye out, and I'll go take care of beasties. Good old Ul'dah. Okay, here we... No. This thing, though. This is what I'm here for. That's a problem, admittedly, but not my problem. Not every problem's my problem, just most of them. Where's my there you are. You're my problem today. But not for long. Boy, you're an ugly thing, huh? And... gone. There we are. Excellent. Okay, then. Problem solved. Ah, here you are. Handled it. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, huh? Ah, sense of humor on this one. Well fought, sir, well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Humph. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father. To she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Hello. Do you need something? Chores? Snacks? Hey, Mr. Durman! Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Goodness, I don't even remember anymore. I know I answered this at one point. That's the passcode, but I don't think it's what they're looking for. Durman, what are we doing this for anymore? We're just kind of, like, going with the current at this point, it feels like. But that's not an option. What feels most Durman? Well, he is enjoying getting stronger, I think. I knew it! That's what I told Koharu, but she didn't believe me. It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Durman, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? I mean, gloomy, but in a fun purple way. You'll like it, I think. It's a bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers. True. It's a bastion of civilization in a harsh and unforgiving wilderness. Kinda. It is home to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Definitely a fact, I guess. It is a stone's throw from an Imperial cat. No, not that one. Okay, I mean, true, but no. Don't. That's not good news. Let's say that one. You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. I wouldn't go that far, but there's lots of great people. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Mr. Durman, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Seek out new experiences and adventures. Yep. Fight ferocious beasts. Get there, but maybe don't start with that one as step one. Let's not tell the kids to do that as step one. Train every day. Also, there's a good one. That's a good one. Buy weapons and armor from... No. Come on. Seek out new experiences and... You know what? They're getting new experiences and adventures every day right now. Maybe they can just focus on training, because that's... Yeah, I think that seems like a good one. Aha! So my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me, and don't leave anything out. All right, that's enough questions for Mr. Durman. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? You're already taller than me, so you're well on your way. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Durman. I won't forget it. I'm gonna be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an Adventurers Guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Durman and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Durman and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Yeah, sure. My snapping finger's tired. This is cute. And really sweet in general. See, I really like this small business in the patches stuff. And it's not small business. In a way, this is like... This is more grounded and real and, like, bigger business than a lot of the big world-saving fantasy things we do. I guess that's kind of part of why I like a lot of the patch stories. Like, some of it's more grounded. Like, it's not all more grounded, but sometimes it is, and you get little stuff like this, which I quite like. How are y'all doing? Did you want one more question? You didn't like get a lot of those. How many steps are there? 100? I'm gonna count. Okay, never mind. It sounds like you're gonna be busy counting steps for a bit. You. I bet they could keep an entire legion out with those walls. Yeah, especially if you, like, add a whole bunch of Gubus there, nothing gets in. I mean, Bahamut does eventually, but, like, before then, Gubu wall, nothing gets through. It'll be good to sleep in a proper bed for a change, even if it's only for a night. All right. Oh, I need to go back to the quicksand to talk to Alpha now. Okay, y'all have a good night, get some rest. I'll see y'all in there. Job's done, everyone. I pray they do not grow too accustomed to this treatment. It's a welcome respite, to be sure, but a far cry from what we can expect in Revenant's Toll. I don't know, we'll try to be welcoming there, too. Ah, Durman. I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. You know, maybe I will. Or you know what? Maybe we all will next time. I guess this one's gone a bit long. Take it easy, everybody, and I will see you next time for some more Final Fantasy XIV story mode, and maybe we'll get these folks all set up in their new home, which is also still our new home. We're still kind of getting settled in ourselves. Anyway, take care, everyone, and I will see you next time for some more Final Fantasy XIV. Goodbye!